recording.
All right, you guys. Well, first of all, I'm like super nervous because this is like our first guest speaker and it's Laura D. So I want to introduce her real quick. For those of you who don't know who she is a one-star diamond coach. She was also in the size test group in New York City. She has lost over 100 pounds, and she just recently moved to Dallas, actually Grand Prairie, my city, to be closer to the line and, you know, be able to work the Beachbody business a little bit better. So I just want to say thank you, Laura, and you can take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I absolutely love doing these guest calls because I just live, eat, breathe, and sleep Beachbody. So I feel like all this information is always on the inside of me, and I can't tell enough people in my team. They're sick and tired of hearing me. They're like, all right, Laura, okay, that's enough. So I think it's so cool that you guys give me the outlet. So I really appreciate it. And what's really cool is that, you know, Stephanie and I'm sorry, God, Shirley. Okay, so we met at Summit, and it's really awesome because that's a huge reason why you should go to Summit. Like, I'm sure eventually down the line we would have met, but to meet you guys in person, and now we have that connection, and then we became friends on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and then now to see you guys, like I'm a guest speaker on your team call, and all you had to do was ask. I think that's a huge plug for Summit. So don't ever look at anybody you think is above you or a different rank or a different status and say, hey, can I get a picture with you? Hey, can we be friends? Because we're all in this together. So the more things that you show up to, the more things that you become a part of, it really just ingrains this experience because we have these tighter connections. So on days where you feel like, you know, oh, maybe this is the wrong choice, or maybe I should not do coaching. That's when you call on those people that you've met. But if you've never formed those connections, then you never have anybody to reach out to. So I think it's wonderful you guys came up and said hi and asked me to do this. So thank you very much. All right, I know a couple of you guys are driving, so don't wreck. But everybody needs a Beachbody notebook. You guys got a piece of paper, a pen. You know, I'm not talking like the back of a Target receipt in your purse. I mean, like, you guys need to take legit notes on this. And if you are not used to taking notes, then you definitely want to get an entire notebook that you use specifically for Beachbody. This right here is almost all gone. The very first page on this, not January 1st. The very first page on that was June 15th. I write in my notebook every single day. Every single day, because if you're not writing things down, if you're not measuring what you're doing, then it's not manageable. If it's not manageable, then who's managing it? So every single day, you need to have a Beachbody notebook. You need to write notes down because we have the national wake-up call. We have our upline call. We've got guest speaker calls. We've got team calls. You know, we've got YouTube trainings that we should be watching from the elite. They're elite for a reason. They didn't just wake up and fall into top 10. You know what I mean? So every single day you should be looking in your back office. Do I have a new customer? Do I have a new coach? Do I have a new, you know, whatever? How many points do I have? And write those down. That's what you kind of write in your notebook. But tonight, what I want to talk about is attracting your tribe. The first part is attracting your tribe, and then the second part is going to be the invite process. So I will just give you guys a minute to write down attracting your tribe. And just so I know, Stephanie, do you have the free version of Zoom? Because it cuts off at 40 minutes. You do? Okay, I just want to know. Okay, very good. Sounds good. All right. So under attracting your tribe, I'm very, like, I love organization and bullet points, and, like, I like to fill things out. So I'm just going to give it to you right away. I have 3 points. Underneath each 3 points is an A, B, and C. So like 1 ABC, 2 ABC, 3 ABC. So however you want to list those, I'll give you a second to list those. All right, so attracting your tribe, the very first thing that you should know, post up. Post up on attracting your tribe. So when I say post up, I wonder if I can put this somewhere else so I don't have to keep looking. When I say post up, basically, you guys kind of know what that means. When you post, you post something on Instagram, you post something on Twitter, you post something on Facebook. If you're posting up, something that I tell my coaches all the time is, you know, besides a call to action, besides like, hey, come drink the Shakeology with me, if what you're posting is not something that you would post before you became a Beachbody coach, why are you posting it? Like, don't lose who you are, and don't forget, like, that you're not just a Beachbody coach, like, oh, just Laura D Beachbody. Like, I'm Laura D, like, I like to sing. I'm Laura D, I'm reading this book. I'm Laura D, I like highlight pens. Like, I'm Laura D, my roommate has a dog. Like, all these things, like, before being a Beachbody coach, unless it's a very specific call to action. Because I see so many coaches I mean, not that this is a social media training, but let's be honest, like it's 2016, we need social media training. So I see so many coaches I go on their Instagram and everything is like, you know, Beachbody this and Shakeology this and, you know, E&E and Success Club, but who knows what that means? Beachbody people. We don't need Beachbody people. We need people who are not in Beachbody. So why are we speaking Beachbody language to people who don't even speak our language? Like I speak Spanish and you're speaking Greek to me. Like no comprende. What does that even mean? You know, like speak my language. So we have to really, really think about what we're posting and just remember who you were before you were a Beachbody coach and go back to being that person, because that's kind of why people followed you in the first place. You know what I mean? Like that's who your true followers are. So you definitely want to post up. I know for me, before Beachbody, I was posting 3 times daily. Why? Because I used to work a corporate job. So I would post at 9 because I got there at 9. I'd post a little morning picture. I would post at noon because I got lunch break. And then I would post at like 6 because I got off of work. And then anything other than that, you know, I was washing dishes, washing my clothes, going to the gym, whatever. So 3 times a day really gave people not too much, but not, you know, it gave them a little like, oh, I wonder what she's going to do tomorrow or something, you know? So you definitely want to post at least 2 to 3 times daily just to have that consistency. And we're allowed to be human. So you can, you know, miss a couple posts, but we're not allowed to go AWOL. You know what I mean? Like we cannot go absent without leave. Like you'll get kicked out of the military and you'll get kicked out of Beachbody Club. No, I'm just joking. Nobody's there to kick you out of Beachbody Club. But, you know, the day that somebody wants to try a sample of Shakeology and they go to your page and they're like, huh, she hasn't posted in 4 days. Like, let me go to her last post. Well, it doesn't say she's on a cruise. It doesn't say she's going through a funeral. Like, where is this girl at? You know, so people think that, you know, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to post it and maybe people are going to see it and maybe not. No, like this is, you know, people are watching you and they're not saying anything. So just, even if nobody likes it, even if you have 0 likes, guess what? You have 100 million views. Everybody's watching you. Nobody's saying anything. So whenever you post something, just like act like you're in front of a big audience. You know what I mean? Act like everybody cares because people are going to catch that confidence from you and they're going to be like, man, what is this girl doing? Like, why is she so happy? Like, I want to be part of her team. Because nobody would ever buy tickets to the Titanic because the Titanic was a sinking ship. Everybody thought the Titanic was going somewhere. They're like, oh, that's amazing, that's big, I want to be a part of that. If everybody knew the Titanic was going to sink, they never would have bought a ticket. You know what I mean? So make sure you post every single day. So post up. So I did 3 times daily before I was a Beachbody coach. B under post up is search the hashtags. I see so many people who use hashtags, hashtag FitMom, hashtag, you know, Fitspo, hashtag carrots and celery, whatever, I don't know. But they use hashtags that they don't search. So you're telling me you use a hashtag of Power Rangers and you've never searched the hashtag Power Rangers? Like, what is coming up? Who are you hashtagging to? Like, search the hashtags, not only that you use, but search the hashtags that you want to find. Like, you have to attract your tribe. You have to know, like, the people that you are looking for are out there. Just like if you wanted a plumber, but the best plumber in your area never put an ad in the phone book, how would you know he was there? You're not just going to, like, randomly, like, come up to him. Like, hashtags are super important. You need to post your hashtags, and you need to look at the hashtags that you're posting, and then go to somebody else's hashtags. Like, if you hashtag, I'm just going to use myself for an example. If you hashtag Dream Chaser and you search the hashtag Dream Chaser and you find a really cool girl and you're like, man, this girl's super cool, and you're going to look at her hashtags and maybe see who she vibes with. Because there's, like, different circles of people that we don't even know exist, but, like, there are people, you know, like, that's our tribe. And then C under post up is seek what you want to find. Like, everything that you want right now, somebody's doing it. Like, I love you, boo-boo, but you are not the first person to think of it. Everything that you want to find, somebody has already done it or is doing it right now. So even before Beachbody, I would look for, like, different meetups. I was like, is anybody doing, like, free yoga? Is anybody doing, like, you know, bar on the bridge? I just said that because I'm doing that tomorrow in downtown Dallas. It's free. But, you know, is anybody doing anything locally? Like, and especially when I was traveling, I couch surfed across America for a year. And I would always look, like, who's doing what? Like, I was trying to seek out what I was trying to find, because you right now, like Carolina and Dominique and Rachel, you guys all want something right now. And somebody already has your answer. You know what I mean? Somebody already has your answer. Somebody's already doing it. So just go find it. And then when you do find it, don't be like, oh, that's nice. Like they all met up at a park. No, go to that park. Go to that park, meet those people. Like that's your tribe. You know what I mean? Like be in contact with those people. And if the people that you meet, like they don't have a network that you really vibe with, guess what? Somebody else that they know has a network that you vibe with. But if you do that enough times, you're going to open up your heart, and you're going to open up your mind, and you're going to open up, like, you know, basically just your whole everything to the universe. And it's going to be like, I'm here, like I'm ready, you know, like God, show me the way. Like, where's my people? Like if you keep trying enough, there's no way in the world that you can fail. There's no way in the world. So under Post Up, we have Instagram 3 times daily. I do 3 times daily. Search the hashtags that you use. Seek what you want to find, like especially meetups. And then once you did become a Beachbody coach, once you did find it, of course you also want to seek out what you want to find. What are you trying to find? You know, hashtag single mom life. All right, so let me find these people. Hashtag fit military wife. I don't know. So I'm gonna find these people. So seek what you want to find. Number 2, show up. Sorry, the sun is like in my eyes. It's just so you guys know, it's post up, show up, and blow up. So number 2 is show up. A under show up is speak it. Every single day I speak what I want. Like I have like a little note card and it's on my wall and it says I am 178 pounds because right now I'm like 180 and I'm like if I could just get to 178 then I can get to 175. So every day I'm like I'm 178, I'm 178 pounds. And I say I am a 2-star diamond. And I say I have 66 Success Club points. Like every single day, I say these things every single day. Like I show up to my dreams, I speak it. And because we literally like form our future with the words of our mouth. And so if you're not speaking it, like what are you speaking? You know, like we have to be very self-aware of like what we're saying, have a situational awareness, because every time we have words that come out of our mouth, they plant seeds and they like go into the universe and they have no choice but to come back and like bring a harvest. You know what I mean? So if you're like, oh my God, I hate my job. Well, I'm sure you do hate your job. You keep saying it every single day. Instead you'd be like, oh, a better job is for me. It's on the way. Like this is temporary. Where I'm at right now is temporary. You know what I mean? Like we have to constantly speak our goals, speak our dreams. So you have to know what your dreams are, because how can you speak your dreams into fruition if you don't know what they are? You know what I mean? B under show up. Give 120%. 120% every single day. Sometimes I don't know who I'm attracting, but if I show up to Country Heat every single day, maybe I'll get a new customer. Every single day. If I show up to Insanity Max 30 every single day, maybe I'll get a new customer. If I show up to church every single Sunday, maybe I'll get a new customer. If I give 120% every single day, what did they say at Summit? They said that the Olympian, she was saying that she did everything in her power and she couldn't give just a fingernail more. Like a fingernail more. Like if you think about, if you think about like a fingernail, like if you would have said, oh, I had this goal and I didn't reach it and it was this close, like I could have given just a little bit more. Why are we holding that back? Like we have greatness on the inside of us. Why are we holding back? Like what are you holding back for? You know what I mean? Like if you are holding back now, are you ever gonna not hold back? What about Monday? What about on the 1st? What about in January 2017? Like, what about right now? Right now is Monday. Right now is the 1st. Right now is your New Year's. Like, we got to stop holding back. We have got to give 120%, because if you give 120, you're going to get 120. You can only get out what you put in. It's super, super important. You have got to give 120%. So the end of the month, when you don't hit Success Club, you can say, you know what? I'm sorry, coach. I didn't hit Success Club, but I want to let you know that there was not a fingernail more I could have given. I showed up every single day. I gave 120. And she's like, it's all right, girl, because I saw your effort, and your effort is amazing to me. Because people can see your true heart. You know what I mean? They can see if you really gave enough or not. And when your passion is there, when you're fueled by your passion, I tell people all the time, like, catch on fire and people will come watch you burn. You know, like eventually things are going to start to click. There's no way that you can give 120 month after month after month and not win. You know what I mean? Eventually we're going to start winning. So C under show up is we are the doctors. We need to understand that we are the doctors and everybody else is a patient. We are the healers and everybody else is sick. So whatever people need, we have. So somebody's like, I don't have any friends. Guess what? Got a whole fit fam for you. We're best friends, BFF, come be my friend. Guess what? I'm having a really hard time getting out of bed in the morning because I feel like I don't want to live another day. You know what? You should read this book, girl. I have a book for you. Well, I hate breakfast, and when I do eat breakfast, it's only McDonald's. Guess what? I have a shake for you. Well, I don't like to work out, and really all I want to do is like dance to hip hop music. Oh, really? Because I have this workout for you. You see, like whatever people need, we have, like emotional, physical, mental, financial, you know, like we have so many opportunities. We are the doctors. All you have to do is figure out what people need. Once you figure out what people need and you show up for them, then they're going to be like, man, I want to show up for her. You know, especially once you start getting coaches underneath you, I want to show up for her. Like, I want to make my coach proud. And then number 3 is blow up. So, like I said earlier, we are allowed to be human, but we just can't go MIA. You know what I mean? Like if you're having a bad day, you went on a funeral, went through a breakup, whatever, that's fine. We can be human. There's days I haven't shown up to Instagram, but guess what I did show up to? I showed up to my challenge tracker, or if I didn't do that, I showed up to Snapchat. Or if I didn't do that, I showed up to my coaches group. If I didn't do that, I showed up. You know what I mean? Like somebody knows where I'm at. Like you have to. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry, just 1 second. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I thought I was like reading the wrong thing. Sorry. 5 seconds. Okay, so if you're not showing up to one of them, then you're not showing up to all of them, then you're at least showing up to one, because we're allowed to be human. We're just not allowed to go MIA. So that was point A. And then B, the 4 vital behaviors. You're gonna blow up by doing the 4 vital behaviors. There's a little quote on Instagram that says, if you are not succeeding, try doing what your coach told you to do the first time. You know what I mean? Like, what are we trying to do? And people who start, they're like, oh my gosh, I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm like, well, you should probably start with the 4 vital behaviors. And like, oh, I don't know what those are. I'm like, okay, well, let's go over the 4 vital behaviors. And even a coach I had on my team, you know, she's like going through a really hard time, and she's been a coach for almost a year. And I gave her a call, and I'm like, what's going on? What are you doing with your entire life? She's like, oh, I just don't, you know, all these excuses. I'm like, what's the 4 vital behaviors? And I finally had her write them down on a note card. And I was like, post it by your light switch. Do these every single day. I made her take a picture. And I was like, great, you take a picture, you send it to me. Guess what? Now post it in the coaches group. I want you to tell people what you're going to do. You're going to do the 4 vital behaviors. Because what you do as a coach is what you do as an emerald, is what you do as a ruby, and a diamond, and a 15-star diamond. 15-star diamonds still have to do the 4 vital behaviors. You know what I mean? Like everybody still has to do 4 vital behaviors. If you're not doing it now as a coach, then how do you think you're ever going to make it to 15-star diamond? And you should want to make it to 15-star diamond, because they have a rank for a reason, because it's very achievable. So C is quit being selfish. Quit being selfish. If you're like, like I don't really want to go to this team call. This team call is not about you. Somebody needs what you have on this team call, but you can never be the vessel to give it to them if you don't show up. You know what I mean? Like this team call is not about you. Or like there's a girl, like I remember one specifically, this was like last week. I didn't want to read my Bible because I was just like, oh, I got so much to do. Like I got, you know, like I don't even want to pray. Like I can't, like I don't even have time to shower or shave my legs. Like how can I really fit this in? And a girl called me and just was like devastated. Like she couldn't even speak. And I like what she went through was so traumatic that it made me cry. You know, like I just broke down. And I knew at that second, like what I was doing, like reading and praying, that wasn't for me. I needed to be right with God so I could pray for her. You know what I mean? So a lot of times what you think you're doing for yourself, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. It's not about you, boo-boo. Like quit being selfish. Like we have what people need. There's so many hurting, helpless, hopeless people out there, and we are the doctors. We are the doctors. We are the healers. We are the vessels. We have this responsibility. People need what we have. You know what I mean? So do what you know you're supposed to do, because to not live to 120% and to not like to misrepresent the company, like it just sucks, because we know that we can help them. So let me just take a drink. Wow, I love lording. Hey, thanks, boo. All right, so the invite process. Number 1, this is the same kind of concept. 1, 2, and 3, and A, B, C underneath all of them. And I'll just tell you 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 is tell versus ask. Number 1 is tell versus ask. Number 2 is ask versus tell. I just switched the words around. Isn't that funny? Tell versus ask. Number 2 is ask versus tell. And number 3 is good words. Good words, like the opposite of bad words. Like we all know what bad words are. We have good words. So the invite process, tell versus ask versus tell, and good words. Underneath all of those, we have 3 points. Okay, yo, this sun is like crazy. All right. All right. So let me just step back. This is so weird. I need to get my entire life together. Okay. So I'll set it up like this. So the tell versus ask, because she did ask me my invite process, and I kind of have a unique story. Like I don't, for one, I lost 100 pounds. For 2, I was in a test group. For 3, I was in an infomercial. For 4, I have like 75,000 followers on Instagram. So for me to think about my invite, because I'm not gonna lie, people come to me, but it's actually really, really hard. Like if you think about it, that's not, all those things are very unique. You know what I mean? Like people don't come to people really. And it kind of makes it hard for me as a coach. That's why even after a year in and all those things, I'm still only a 1-star diamond. Why? Because my coaches want somebody they can relate with, and so how am I supposed to teach them something I've never really gone through? So it's been a lot of learning and training that I've had to do. So the way that I did narrow it down are things I'm like, yeah, I do kind of see this. So on tell versus ask, A is I put, come be my friend. And I'm just writing these down as examples. You don't have to say them verbatim because I'm me and you're you, and what works for me may not work for you, or it may work great. And if it does, use it. Use it, girl. Get Success Club. So I say, come be my friend. And then B is, come let me coach you. And C is, I need you on my team. So when people say things, they're like, oh my gosh, just like Dominique said, oh my gosh, that's why I love Laura D. You're so exciting, whatever. Then I'd say, oh my gosh, come be my friend. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know, come join my team. I tell people very subtly, but they don't know it. Like, no, come be my friend, be part of my circle. Like I'm telling them, I'm not asking them. I'm telling them, come be my friend. Because if you ask people, like sometimes I feel like we give the sale away. And this is not like people aren't numbers in all sales, but we're in the business of sales. Like, let's be honest. So I tell them, come let me coach you. That's just that. Those are things that I have found instead of I don't really ask. I don't really ask anything because I feel like when you ask, you're like, oh, well, I know it's kind of expensive. And well, have you thought about joining my team? You'll never hear me say those words ever. Never. I'm like, no, you need to come, like right now. Listen, I don't care what you're doing. Come do this. And then I say something else like, I need you on my team. And I'll send the little emoji with the 2 girls, like we're on the team. And come be, I need you on my team. I need you. If somebody would have reached out to me when I was 272 pounds and said, I need you on my team, I'd be like, you do? You need me? I'm 272. What can I do for you? Nobody ever said that, though. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to be part of a team, and we have what they need. We're the doctors. We're the healers. They are the sick. So tell them versus ask. So, yeah, everybody wants to feel wanted. You know what I mean? And then number 2, so I did have to kind of switch it around. I know people are like, Laura, you don't ever ask? Yes, I do. So number 2, ask versus tell. I have A, B, and C. And then, so under A, I ask, have you ever, and then ... So I'm always asking oh, have you ever done anything with Beachbody? Have you ever purchased anything from Beachbody? Because people will tell you their entire life stories if you listen. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh yeah, back 4 years ago, I got P90X and I got the pull-up bar, I can't do pull-ups, I hurt my neck. You know what I mean? They will tell you, if you just ask, oh, well, have you ever? I just ask them, have you ever done anything with Beachbody? Have you ever heard of Beachbody? And then B, ask them, what are your goals? What are your goals? I'm not really saying anything about a challenge pack or Shakeology, but I just want to know, what do you need? Because if I can figure out what you need, if you need more time with your kids, guess what? You should probably start working out at home. Why? Because by the time that you get dressed, figure out what you're going to wear to the gym, find your toddler's shoes, check them into daycare, check in yourself, find a parking spot, you know what I mean? That's 22 minutes. You could have been done with 22-minute hardcore. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? So I'm giving you the gift of time. You're right, Laura. Thank you. You're welcome, Bobo. I know. So just tell them, what are your goals? Like, what are your goals? Basically, whatever anybody says, I always relate it all back to Beachbody. Everything, every single thing, I relate it back to Beachbody. There's not one thing that anybody has ever said, and I'm like, oh, I got the perfect solution. And then ask versus tell. C. Oh, the only reason why I wrote this down is because like I felt like kind of mean for saying this, but it's the truth. I mean, sometimes like people need to hear the truth. Like if when I was 272, if somebody had been like, you know, Laura, I love you, but you're fat, I probably would have stopped. But nobody told me I was fat. Like I knew I shouldn't have been almost 300 pounds, but still nobody told me I was fat. How come nobody told me? So a girl messaged me on Snapchat the other day, and she's like, I'm so scared to do this. And I'm like, why? Like, what are your goals? And she's like, or I'm like, what do you need? She's like, well, I guess I just need confidence because I'm scared to fail. And I'm like, well, aren't you already failing? And she's like, well, shit, I guess I never thought about that. I'm like, yeah, because if you weren't failing, then you probably wouldn't need me. Like, you're already failing. Like, you're scared to do what you're already doing. You know, you might as well try and come be my friend and come be on my team, and if it doesn't work, you can go back to your crappy life. You know what I mean? Like, you're already, what you're doing is not working. So, you know, like, let's just come to terms. So I like to ask a lot of questions. Like a girl, she wrote in my accountability group, she's like, I'm so over Shakeology. She was like, what can I do to change it? And, you know, has anybody else gone through this? And she's like, I need some more recipes. But I never gave her a recipe. I was like, well, how long have you been on it? You know, how long have you been drinking it? How are you making it? And even one of my coaches wrote on there, she's like, wow, I can't believe that you came back with questions. I'm like, I always ask questions. Always. Like, I need more info. So this is good words. Under good words, we have fail, end, and no. Fail, end, and no under good words. Oh my gosh, Laura D, I thought those were bad words. Whoa, here's where the exciting part comes in. All right, so fail. Fail actually means first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning. Coach Basics. I failed miserably at Coach Basics. My very first time, I wanted to like I was done. I wanted to stop. Does that mean I just, you know, closed up shop and went home? No, that was my first time. Like, I'm learning. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize, like, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail, because if you fail, like, that means that you're trying. You know what I mean? The only way you can truly fail is if you don't even try. You know, like, but you on this call right here, right now, you guys, you're trying right now. I'm excited. People who are here, like, y'all want to be here. I'm proud of you. It's Friday night. Y'all could be eating pizza, drinking Heineken, those Eckies. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are here. You guys are the frontline soldiers. So at least you're trying. And fail just means first attempt in learning. Why did you fail? Because you don't have enough information. Because you're still learning. That's it. That's all, boo-boo. The world's not going to end. You know what I mean? Like, we're still learning. It's fine. End. End does not mean end. End means effort never dies. Effort never dies. Effort never dies, because, like, if you give 120 every single day, eventually something's got to come out of that. You know what I mean? Who you become in the process, it just refines you. Like, at the end of 30 days, if you have no physical results, you have mental results. At the end of 30 days, if you have no mental results, you have emotional results. 9 minutes ago. So at the end of 30 days, like, you have some type of results. You know what I mean? The process refines you. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. So effort never dies. I need you to give all your effort, for real. For real. And then number 3 is no. Or I'm sorry, C under 3 is no. You guys all know what a no means. Next opportunity. Next opportunity. My name is no. Okay, that's fine. My time is no. My number is no. That's fine. That's fine. I asked you, and I'll come back to you next month. I'm going to ask you, oh, you said no too? All right, I'm going to go over here. Why? Because there's 300 million people in America, and 282 million are obese. Guess what? The ones who aren't obese still need to eat right and work out. You know what I mean? Every single person needs what we have. Every single person needs to eat right and work out. Dogs need to eat right and work out. Dogs can buy challenge pack. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why people are not hitting Success Club. Every single person needs what we have. How did you get skinny? Oh, you ate right and you worked out? Guess what? You still need to do that. Like, there's just so many opportunities. Yes. So The invite process, tell versus ask. Come be my friend. Come let me coach you. I need you on my team. Basically, like being very confident in who you are. I find a lot of times my coaches, like I'm wasting so much time building people up in this business. Like, it's okay, you can do it. And sometimes, yeah, like we do need like words of encouragement, but it's like people, it's so weird, like especially like in the age where like selfies are everything, and they're like so like, oh, I look good like this. People are so self-conscious. Like I want people like, where's your cockiness? Like get like a little, you know, like that stank face. Like dang, like I'm Laura D. Like I got cellulite, I got stretch marks. You know what I mean? My nail is broken right now, but I'm still like Laura D. You know what I mean? Like I love me some Laura D. Like get cocky about you. Like I love me some Laura D. Do I have things to work on? Hell yes. You know what I mean? So just get cocky a little bit. My final thought, if none of this works, if nobody wants to buy anything from you, if they hate everything you're saying, and they're so annoying, this is what I tell them. Guess how much money it costs to be part of my free Facebook accountability group? This much money. $0 and 0 cents. It costs this much to be part of my Facebook group. And if you give them enough free information, free value, they're eventually going to, I cannot tell you, I have like 500 people in my accountability group. Where do those come from? All the people who don't want to purchase from me, but they want to be part of what I'm doing. Oh, that's fine. Just click the link in my back office, create a free membership, come to my free Facebook group, and get the free accountability. Because guess what happens in that accountability group? They see the support. They see the love. They see that we like, oh man, I'm so glad those gorilla crawls are over. You know what I mean? They see the Shakeology train and they want it. They're like, okay, I'm sold, fine. They want to be a part of it. Because why? Because hashtag FOMO, like fear of missing out, it's real. And also maybe because they realize they don't need a $140 pair of shoes. They need a $140 pair of Shakeology, you know? So I know, I see you, boo. So that's all I had. It's a lot of information, but that's all I got. That's it. That's everything. You guys can ask me any preguntas if you want to. We have 6 minutes. Thank you so very much.
That was super amazing. If you guys have questions, and unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. I know you guys have questions.
One person.
One person?
I swear, I had a question.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, because I'm still thinking about it. No, I should have written it down. You get it.
Okay, I just have a quick question. How do you keep the motivation going? Because I know you're not constantly positive. I know it's with personal development, but I feel like I'm kind of like an introvert. So sometimes I'm really, really high, and then sometimes I want to go in my bathroom and lock myself in there. So how do you just keep the momentum going?
Well, you to be able to esteem yourself, like that's a gift. You know what I mean? Like if that takes work, you know, like that's not an easy thing, but it's something I've done like years and years worth of practice because, the sun, who is the sun happening right now? I listen to Eric Thomas every single day when I get out of the shower. I push play and I listen to him, preach at me and yell at my life. And, I just think about where I've come from, like I was in such a bad environment in Kansas. Like I was in like some serious depression mode, and I honestly couldn't do anything I feel like I look white. I couldn't do anything in that city until I left, That's why I moved to Dallas, because sometimes, you want to give it, but you don't have it in you to give, So that's why I was trying to get it from every single angle. I was like, let me read this book. Let me listen to Eric Thomas. Let me go to every single call. Let me do everything. But it wasn't enough. And so it was time to change my environment, because you need to be in an environment that's conducive to your growth. And I was not growing there. I was dying every single day because people only want to get married and have babies. And it was killing my soul. So ever since I've been here, like get to the spot and you'll blow up. I got here in April, business took off because my mind was at peace. So if you're doing everything that you know to do, maybe you just need a new environment,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I remembered my question. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you use hashtags, is that Instagram only, or can you hashtag on Facebook?
I think you can hashtag on Facebook. To be honest with you, I don't use Facebook. I only use Instagram. I do have a Facebook like page, but I don't use hashtags. So, I don't know. I feel like I read an article one time that said that they instilled the hashtag feature on Facebook because Facebook bought Instagram, but I just use Instagram. So I've never looked at it. I've never searched for I mean, have you ever searched for a hashtag on Facebook?
Never.
Okay,
Never.
so there you go. Be your own client. And the only time I use a hashtag on Facebook is if it's like an inside joke, like hashtag siblings, even though we're not siblings. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Okay. And then, would you say that your Facebook attracts more or your Instagram? Because I'm thinking of starting one. Like, I just barely got a Snapchat yesterday.
Oh, cool. Yes. Instagram definitely. You know, Facebook, everybody has like their different niche. I guess you could say their different market. I know like some people bomb on Instagram. For me, I bombed on Facebook. I actually only got an Instagram because my friend Adrian was like, bro, you're so annoying. He's like, I want to unblock you and unfriend you. And he's like, quit posting. I'm like, okay. So 4 years ago, I got an Instagram and it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And then, what book are you reading right now? Or do you just do Audible?
No, I listen to Eric Thomas every day on YouTube. He's got this thing called TGIM, which is Thank God It's Monday. And then right now I'm finishing up You Are a Badass. And then here in 2 weeks, I'm getting ready to start The Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. There's 21 of them by John C. Maxwell. But if you have not read The Compound Effect, you absolutely have to, by Darren Hardy. It will change your life.
I'm reading it for like the third time.
Oh, good. Good for you, boo-boo.
Okay, Laura D, we have less than a minute, probably 30 seconds. Thank you so much for helping us out. I wrote a crap load of notes, and I will definitely share the recording with you and Stephanie, because I'm Stephanie today. Hey. Love you so much, girl. Thank you so much for your motivation. Thank you, guys. Have a great
Thank you.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.